Hey, my web promos. Friends on Periscope, you're not getting the benefit. Hey, 10 Summits. Friends on Periscope, you're not getting the benefit of the professional broadcast today. I'm having a problem with the software. I don't know what's going on with it. I've been working on it for a half hour, and I'm doing the same thing that I do every day, and for whatever reason, it's not, thanks for the love, it's not wanting to cooperate. So on Periscope, you're getting a similar video to what you would be getting if you're on Instagram Live, where you're not getting the feed from Wirecast. If you want the professional feed, you can go to my Facebook page, which is Todd.LIVE, or Todd.LIVE page. Either way you search that, you're probably going to find my page. Or you can go to my YouTube channel, which is Todd Bergen. I don't know who joined me on Instagram and gave me some love, but thank you for that. All right, we're going to dive right into this because I've got kind of a busy morning, and I've been spending too much time today trying to figure out what is going on with Periscope and why I can't get Periscope to work today. It's really driving me nuts, but it is what it is. And what's going on here? So is it going to give me a problem with my screen? Let's see here. Oh, it'll take a minute. Let's see here. Got to clear the layer. And give me just a moment. Well, you know what? I might just do this without screenshots today. Hey, Instagram folks, I'm glad you joined me, and thank you, Periscope, for joining me as well. So anyway, WhatsApp, I'm gonna delete the shot. I'm gonna fix this. WhatsApp is going to do stories. Well, they might do stories. I don't know if you guys use WhatsApp. WhatsApp is an app owned by Facebook. Imagine that. And they're wanting to do everything they can to basically squash Snapchat. So they've added stories to Instagram, right? And they're very popular. And I think they've toyed with adding stories to Facebook. I'm not sure. They might not have. But let's see here if I can get my screen capture going. There's my screen capture. So if you're watching me on YouTube or Periscope, you see the story that I'm referring to in Uber Gizmo. And I'm going to shrink that down so it's not so big. And I'm going to put it up over my shoulder. Maybe shrink it down a little bit more. Okay, so Uber Gizmo. They're talking about the beta. There's a beta test of stories in WhatsApp. I can get to speed now because hey Jenny, how you doing? I'm now got everything where I need it to be. I'll tell you what, doing the live video thing when you don't have a producer and you're doing it on your own, very tricky. There's all sorts of little things that go wrong every single day, and you think you've got everything right, and then boom, there's some other problem. So anyway, WhatsApp is owned by Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg has made it very clear that he wants to squash Snapchat. I mean, I don't think he said that in those terms, but everything he's doing, I mean, he's copying Snapchat in every way humanly possible with Instagram, Facebook, and now WhatsApp. They're doing all sorts of things. And Messenger, not Facebook, but Messenger. They're doing whatever they can to add features that make Snapchat appealing to millennials particularly, and they're adding it to their other apps. So WhatsApp, beta, there's a beta test of the stories feature in WhatsApp. So that's kind of a new development. I haven't seen that come across in the news yet. I don't use WhatsApp. My daughter was on a soccer team, and they used WhatsApp in order to communicate between the parents. I downloaded WhatsApp. I don't know. What do you all think of it? Do you use WhatsApp? You know, leave in your comments what you think about WhatsApp. I do not use it. I do have it on my phone. I've played with it for a minute, but there's just so many things out there to learn and try. I haven't made time for WhatsApp. Okay, Washington Post. Washington Post. Hey, good. Thank you for joining me, Rican. Washington Post is investing in Snapchat. They're really investing in everywhere that's digital. I mean, they're really hitting digital hard, particularly video. Hey, 10 Summits. Washington Post is owned by Jeff Bezos, who also owns Amazon, right? So one of the richest men in the world. He owns the Washington Post, and he's going all in all sorts of digital platforms, including Snapchat. Washington Post is going to have multiple daily updates within Snapchat, multiple daily updates with supposedly quality content. I'm sure it's going to be biased, but as the Washington Post always is, but the content might be pretty good if you eliminate the bias. There might be some good stuff to see there, so check that out. And the story that I am citing on that is by Fortune magazine. There it is. You're going to see it in a minute on YouTube and on Facebook. There's a couple of screenshots there that show you, and it looks like high quality programming that's going to be coming from the Washington Post on Snapchat. So if you like watching the Discover features, that's going to be coming for you. All right, 5 influencer marketing trends for 2017. Okay, everybody loves articles like this because it predicts where things are headed, and particularly if you are trying to do anything online where you're doing live video or a lot of heavy social media, you are interested in what the influencer trends are for 2017. Okay, see, I think they had 5 or 6 trends. I only thought 4 of them were worth talking about. One, it's going to get harder and harder to get noticed. Absolutely. That's why I say you've got to be authentic. You've got to be consistent. You have to have a daily plan. That's why I'm doing my broadcast on a daily basis instead of every so often. You're just not going to get noticed. Nobody's going to tune in if you're not doing a regular broadcast or have some sort of regular shtick or value that you're providing to the consumers on a daily basis. People want to see you on a regular basis, whether it's every day, whether it's every other day, whatever. You've really got to work hard to make a splash because it's getting harder and harder to get noticed. There's going to be more branded content. Okay. I agree with that. If you watch Gary Vaynerchuk, he's constantly pushing his brand. Joel Comm pushing his brand. Carlos Gill pushing his brand. A lot of these are personal brands, personal individual brands. And I'm kind of following suit. That's why I'm changing everything to Todd.LIVE and kind of moving away from Divorce the Workforce, is because Todd.LIVE is just more all-encompassing. Whatever I'm doing, you're going to find it at Todd.LIVE. If you're interested in me as a human being, as a broadcaster, as a friend, whatever, you're going to find everything that I'm doing, everything that I'm involved in at Todd.LIVE. And that's going to be easy to remember, very easy to remember, easy to share. Thank you for the love. It's going to be very easy, and that's what I want. Divorce the Workforce, or is it Divorce Workforce, or how do you spell it? It's just too hard. Also, it pigeonholes me into one business, Divorce the Workforce. Thanks for the love, Ricans. I want to pick your brain. For someone like us, that is a wrestling show. How can Snapchat help me in my live stream? Look, Snapchat is a long-term play. I'll answer your question since I think you're still with me. Snapchat's a long-term play. You're not going to have overnight success on Snapchat. You have to work hard at it. I work hard at it every day. I Snapchat all day long throughout the day. I have a regular Snapchat daily tips that I do. Every day you can count on a new tip on how to use Snapchat, or how to use it functionally, how to use it as a broadcaster, how to connect with your audience, all that. I go over all that kind of stuff on a daily basis. I've done it now. Today was Snapchat tip number 344. I did it about an hour ago. So I've done it now 344 days in a row. I'm almost on a year on this. I'm probably going to do the same on Snapchat, but it gives people something of value on a daily basis they can come back to. And in the meantime, I'm talking to them about other things I do as well. So it's a long-term play. Snapchat doesn't happen overnight, but guess what? Millennials are there. Millennials are there, and everybody talks about, oh, we got to connect with the millennials. You need to be on Snapchat. And guess what? The wrestling show, I would think, would be appealing to a lot of millennials, okay? They like to just consume entertaining content. Thanks again for the love. Okay, so let's move on okay, we had more branded content. That's just going to be huge. You've got to find a brand and stick with it, okay? You've got to brand yourself and stick with it. Have a consistent branding message, have a consistent branding theme, being authentic. It's just, you've got to build your personal brand. Thank you for the love, Ricans. You've got to stick with it. Okay. Another trend for 2017, lines blur between celebrities and influencers. Look, this is really kind of an interesting thing, okay? To me, Gary Vaynerchuk is a celebrity, but to most of the United States and the people in it, they don't know who the hell Gary Vaynerchuk is, okay? If you're in the digital space and you're operating in the digital space and you're trying to learn from other digital influencers, you're going to darn well know who Gary Vaynerchuk is. Very well, but people outside who just watch TV and don't really pay attention to social media and video and where things are headed, they might not know who Gary Vaynerchuk is. In fact, I think it's a high probability they're not going to know who Gary Vaynerchuk is. So today on my Facebook page, if you go to Facebook and search for Todd.LIVE, Todd.LIVE, or all 4 words in a row without any spaces, Todd.LIVE page, while you're there, subscribe, and turn on notifications. But look, I posted a video just this morning from YouTube on that page, and it is about an Apple Computers brand game show coming up that's kind of like Celebrity Baking Challenge or Apprentice, where people are building apps, and they're trying to sell Gary Vaynerchuk. They're trying to sell who's the model? Oh gosh, I forget her name right off the top of my head. I should. She's an actress and she's a model. Gwyneth Paltrow's one of them. So there's Gwyneth Paltrow. There's Gary Vaynerchuk. God, I can't remember the girl's name. She's like really hot Filipino girl that is an actress. Yeah, check out that video. I can't remember the name. It's just eluding me, and I don't have my phone anywhere near me. But anyway, everyone, you're going to know who she is. You're going to be in disbelief that I couldn't remember this girl's name off the top of my head. But anyway, Gwyneth Paltrow, Gary Vaynerchuk. But my point is, lines blur between celebrities and influencers, okay? You've got Gwyneth Paltrow, who's been in movies for 25 years. You've got Gary Vaynerchuk, who hasn't been in movies for 25 years, and he hasn't been in entertainment media for all this time. But he's on a show going to be doing and judging just like Gwyneth Paltrow is doing. So there's four. I think there's Gwyneth Paltrow, there's Gary Vaynerchuk, there's another guy who I don't remember his name, and then there's the one actress, the model actress that everybody loves. I just can't remember her name right off the top of my head. Anyway, so the lines blur. The lines are blurring, right? Gary Vaynerchuk is huge, but he's not an actor, but he's in there with actors and actresses. So the fourth point that I noticed was live video is only going to continue to grow. Okay, that's an obvious. Live video is only going to continue to grow. It's huge, but it's also going to be harder to get noticed because there's a lot of crappy content out there. In fact, let me cite the article for those of you who are watching on Facebook. And I already had it up. So live video is just going to continue to grow. There's a lot of noise out there. You've got to find a way to break through it. It's not going to be easy. And look, I'm living it right now. I have, at best 3 to 5 people watching my broadcast at any given time. Okay. I've got to find ways to make that grow. One of the ways I'm doing it is to try to provide value on a daily basis. So a lot of you, I see the same names on a daily basis. So I'm very happy to have you with me. Okay. Final article. Let's talk about this final article. Let me bring it up for those who are on the professional broadcast on Facebook and YouTube. 70% of Snapchatters skip advertising. That is huge. Huge, okay? Snapchat's in the middle of going into an IPO. People are wanting to buy it because they're going to make money. But if people aren't watching the ads, they're not making money. They're losing money. They've got to find a way to get people to watch the ads. My suggestion would be turn on the autoplay feature again, so that when you watch somebody's story and it comes to an end, the next story starts up. They used to have that feature. They had it before Instagram, and Instagram has that feature right now. Snapchat had it and got rid of it even before Instagram ever had stories or showed up on scene. They got rid of it, and it hurt Snapchat, in my opinion. The views are down. My stories, I would have anywhere from 250 to 300 views of every single piece of Snapchat content I created. And it was growing at a rapid pace. Ever since they got rid of the autoplay feature, I'm below 100 most days. Some days I break 100, but I'm below 100 most days. So my content got a lot more views. It got a lot more interaction, and definitely their ads would get a lot more action and a lot more views if they still had the autoplay feature. So they need to get the autoplay feature going. But 70% of Snapchat people are skipping the ads, and I'm one of the 70%. I hate ads. I don't care if they have autoplay or not. In fact, if they have autoplay, I might see the ads because I like to turn on Snapchat or Instagram and let the stories run on an iPad while I'm working, and I'm kind of half-fast paying attention to it. And there's a lot of people out there who are doing the same. Okay, so that wraps it up. I appreciate all the love from you guys. It's a little short of our broadcast today. There wasn't a whole lot in the news, but I do appreciate the love. Thank you, 10 Summits, for joining me on Periscope. Ricans, thank you for joining me on Instagram, and everyone else who joined me on Instagram. And if you join me on YouTube Live, please leave a comment below. Tell me what you think of the broadcast. If you're on Facebook Live, please leave a comment below. Like, share, subscribe. all that good stuff. Share with your friends. I greatly appreciate every minute you guys spend with me. It means the world to me. So listen, thank you. I'm not a Boston fan, but you know what? I do kind of like them, but I'm not a big fan. But my kid plays Little League in AAA, and his team is the Red Sox. So I will be wearing the Red Sox hat more often. I am a Giants fan, and my boy is as well. But we're happy to be Red Sox for the season. Listen, folks, have a great afternoon, and I will see you tomorrow, if not beforehand. Tomorrow with live video in the news number 6. All right, take care, guys.